Okay, so we will be learning different watercolor pencil techniques. You will need your watercolor pencils that are found in your easel kit. In that same drawer, there are two paintbrushes that you will be using. It's the flat brush and the small round brush. We're going to go ahead and set that aside. We'll be using a cup of water to put our paintbrushes inside. Then you will also be using masking tape because we want to create sections in this page. Now in the first box, go ahead and grab a color pencil and fill it completely with that color. Now the harder you press in, the darker the color will be. Next, you're going to grab your flat brush paintbrush and you're going to brush water over it. Notice how it instantly activates the watercolor within the pencil. And it's like you are painting with watercolor. Next, we're going to try the same technique, but using two colors. So starting out with one color on the bottom, another one at the top, and then I'm going to brush the water over it. It gave me a little bit of an ombre effect. Now, speaking of like a gradient, you can achieve something with that same thing with the same color by simply starting out by pressing down hard and then easing away. You're going to go back in with your water. But you can also achieve something similar by just pressing down on one side really hard. I mean, not so hard, but hard enough. Filling it in really well. And then just using your water to give that fade effect. So you can see the more water you add, the lighter the color. And your paper will absorb all this liquid. Finally, we're going to try another watercolor technique. First, you're going to brush on your water first. With sandpaper, you're going to scratch your watercolor pencil over it and it creates this like dust that falls over the wet surface. Here I've added a second color and then I'm going to go over it a little bit to give it another effect. Next, another technique, you can color in the color over the paintbrush. So after you have dipped your paintbrush in the water, voila! You grab your color pencil and draw the color on the paintbrush. Next, grab a few colors that you like and fill in either a circle or a square. This will serve as a form of a palette. With your small paintbrush, you can just wet each circle with the water and use it like a palette. You can continue activating that palette by just simply adding more water to it. And then of course it can also become its own little design if you want to make little lines going through it, whatever the case.